Right guys, back with another video. Now, we'll go back in time a little bit. Obviously I've been running Android head units for a long time, working with different companies, and a little while ago TEYES reached out to me and said, would you like to do one of our head units? Of course. So what they have sent me is the TEYES. It's a bit late to the party. This is a 2-year-old unit. They are releasing the CC4 end of this year, beginning of 2025. Hopefully I'll get one of those to test as well. So this is the TEYES CC3, but this is the TEYES CC3 360. So it comes with 360 cameras. Let's just spin you around. So nice packaging, good packaging from TEYES there. And this is a 10.2 inch head unit. I've got a screen protector on it to just like I do with all my units. So this is a universal unit. Looks a bit different to the other ones I've done before. And it's a single DIN unit, meaning it slots into one slot. Now, if I'm not going to go into full details on this unit, I'm just going to cover some bits. If you want more information on the TEYES CC3 or any other head units, I would recommend going over to Saab Unleashed on YouTube. He reviews loads of head units for lots and lots of different companies. So this unit actually came from him via TEYES. So it's a used demo unit. So it didn't come with everything that I need to install it in this car. It came with a universal harness. No good to me. Obviously, I've got a Volkswagen. But I have a Volkswagen harness with canbus. So I can get more information from this unit than using just the generic non-canbus wiring harness. So I've got that already. If you purchase off of TEYES, you can select different cars, different models, and it will come with the correct wiring for your car. I've also had to purchase this frame for my car to hold it in place, so that will sit in there. And then you've got this frame that clicks into that frame to hold this unit in. And then I've also got an inline amplifier here to do the DSP. I install this with all head units I have now. It makes a massive difference to the sound. Sound quality is very good on this unit without this, but with this makes a massive difference. And a few other differences I've noticed with this is the FM signal is better than other head units I have used before. Volkswagen's renowned for having bad reception and picking up FM stations. This picks up so many more, but I am running DAB anyway, so it's neither here nor there really. So I'm going to get this frame in, and then I'll get back to you once this frame's in, just so you can see how it sits. Right, so that frame, you got your factory screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, that holds that in place. You then put your original fascia back over the top. Need to move these wires. So that sits in there like that, almost factory fitted. And then you've got this frame which clips in over the top. Now these white clips, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've removed some because every time I took this frame out they kept disappearing down the back. So I'm just using the 2 at the top to hold it in place. So we'll just get that in place. So that's there. Now you'll notice these wires here. These are for the 360 camera system. So we've got rear, left, right, and front is here. Now I've got all the cameras installed already, but we'll move on to them later on. I'll just show you the front and the rear cameras now. So that's the rear camera there, nice and small. Obviously to wire that in, I just used the original route that I used for other cameras, which are covered in other videos. So it goes in through the boot. You do not need to connect it to a power source if you're running canbus, because it powers itself. Let's just shoot around the front, and then I've got the front camera there, which I've just realised isn't actually central. It could go across a couple of millimeters, and again, it's routed the same route as this camera, although that camera is now obsolete because I'm using this one down here. So that's just running round into the car. So to wire this in, the same as any other Android head unit, you've got your plugs here, everything plugs into one. Now, like I say, the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth antennas come with rear camera RCA. That is obsolete if you're running a 360 system. You can't run your factory or pre-installed reverse camera. And then we've got an extras plug on here, which is for this one here. So there's one extra plug for that. And the advantage of this is if you use a USB stick, your 360 camera becomes 4 separate dash cams: front, left, right and rear. So that's why I've got the USB stick in there. I'm just gonna get these wires all plugged in, and then we'll get it sat up into the dash. Alright, so we're all plugged in. And then we've got the amp that plugs directly into here. Like I say, makes a massive difference to the sound quality. And then the main harness coming off. So we'll get this all plugged in. And we've got these cameras to plug in. Obviously they're color coded as to which they go to. And my USB and FM. Right, so that's the head unit in place. That's going nowhere, all nice and solid. Now, turn it on. It'll come straight onto DAB, because that's where I've got it set up. Now, because I'm running the canbus, it will display things like heater controls. So I turn my heater up. See this number here is changing. Turn my vents up, which is a nice little touch. And then if I go into reverse, I've got my rear camera, and then I've got the 360 set up. That will be coming later on in the video. Lines are a bit wonky. Now the lines are a bit wonky because I didn't receive a calibration mat with this. Let's just come back out of that. So let's flick to my front camera, and then it'll go back to DAB. No, it won't, because I haven't got my ignition on properly. And then this is your home screen. Now I'm not, like I say, I'm not here to talk about what's really going on within this unit. From my experience, I've had it installed for a few weeks and it's seamless. Everything runs fantastic. There's a lot of extra features on TEYES units that you don't have on other head units. Obviously you've got the 360 Bluetooth, Bluetooth music, CarLink, which is their version of Android Auto and CarPlay. Got my DAB. Fan control. This has got a built-in fan, so you set it on automatic or manual, and that'll just keep the airflow. Obviously this unit is, let me just turn this off. This unit is 6 gig and 128. It needs 128 minimum for the 360 camera system, and it's so snappy and so quick. Now, like I said, that's a bit. I'll just show you something else on the head unit. The 360 camera system. That's going to do a whole cold boot now. And just pause this a second. So yeah, the 360 camera system. If I go up here to File Manager and select, no, I'm getting ahead of it. And up here, I've got 96 videos recorded. Now these are all from the dash cam. So if I select one of those, there we go. When was that from? That was from yesterday when it was chucking it down with rain, so the pictures aren't very clear. Let's find another one that's from today. There you go, so that's all 4 angles. Right, now we'll get on to, I'm going to step back in time, and yeah, we'll step back in time to when I installed the wing mirrors. Now, might get a bit of hate for this. Yeah, they're not fully installed properly. They didn't come with the grommets to install them. Like I say, this was an ex-demo machine, so it didn't come with the grommets. It didn't come with the calibration mat. It didn't come with the hole cutter for the wing mirrors. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these cameras on the car constantly, and I didn't want to go cutting into things until I know that I'm going to be keeping it. So I've just done a little mock-up, something a bit different. They don't have to be drilled into the wing mirrors, but it's probably better that way. So I've gone a different way about it. So we'll now go back in time to when I was installing them. Right, so I've shown you around the front camera and the back camera and how they're installed. So now we've got to move on to the wing mirrors. Now, obviously, there's my wing mirror. Fortunately, at the moment, it is raining. Now, what you're supposed to do with these cameras, so you've got this here, you're supposed to cut a hole in the bottom of your wing mirror. This goes up inside it, and then you feed the wire through into the door, which means taking off the door card, my speaker, and then bringing it through into the car through this grommet here. Now, I don't know if I'm going to keep these permanently, and Volkswagen Golf Cabriolet wing mirrors are different to normal Volkswagen Golf wing mirrors. So if I mess it up, they're quite expensive and they're very rare to find. So I'm not going to be cutting into the bottom of my wing mirror. What I am doing is this. I've made a mount that the camera fits inside, and then just temporarily for now, I might use something a bit stronger. I've got some double-sided tape. It's like a clear double-sided tape, and then that will stick underneath the bottom of the mirror just to check for positioning, and then I can tuck this wire around the back of the wing mirror. I did try it earlier just to see if I can tuck it away, and I can, and then I can just bring it in through the door here under this rubber, and then it will go into here, down, across, underneath all this lot, up the side to the back of the unit. So this here started out life as a grip for my daughter's electric scooter that's broken. Now I've already cut this one already, and I've taped it back together just so you can see. So we'll get that unwrapped. So cut that bit off, put that to one side. I could possibly use this end so it sits flat and cut it round, but I like this end with the sort of dome effect. I think it would just look a bit better on the bottom of the mirror. Better. It's still going to stick out whatever we do. So we've got that there. Then the camera. Let me just, I don't know, let me see if I can do this with the camera. Then on this other one, I slid it on. No, that's fallen straight through the bottom. I have to hold it on my hand. It sits in like that, and then it's taped into place just with some electrical tape. So I'll do that now just so you can see it. Right, after that last little clip, I realised there's a design flaw. Obviously these things are prototypes. So like I say, I was using grip from my daughter's electric scooter. if you look at that one, which was the second one I'd used, compared to that one, this is a lot thicker. So the first module, should we say, that I made with this, and the camera just sat nicely inside here. This one is the one with the accelerator, so it had a plastic tubing inside here. Where is it? So yeah, I had this plastic tube inside to make it go back together. So it's that like that. So I'll have two similar looking modules. I can't think which is which. Is that? That's the second one. See, it's got, I don't know if you can see, there's a bit of plastic inside there. And then there's a couple of O-rings at this end just to space it out. But they look similar. Now, unfortunately, it's raining, so I can't demonstrate these. But what I will do is I'm just going to drop this forward a little bit, and then I can plug these two cameras in to the short wires on the back, just so that you can see them. Right, so front camera, rear camera, left camera, this one, and then right camera is here. So the next job we've got to do, so I'm showing you the camera, not the screen. The next job we've got to do is get these wires, let's put that up there. These long wires are going to have to be fed in through the dash and out the other side, which I haven't got time to do right now, but we will continue this video. When it comes to mapping out the cameras, I don't have a mat at the moment, so I'm going to try and do it manually by eye just to see how it looks. But like I say, we shall see. But the cameras are working. They don't need splicing into anything, they just work off the power of the head unit. So yeah, I'll catch back up with you later on. Right, so new day for me, video continues for you, sun is shining. So today, obviously we did the cameras and set them up with their mounts yesterday. Today I need to get these wires from the back of the head unit out up to these corners. Now this bit under here I'm not bothered about, that's easy. The problem I've got is getting up through here to the back of the head unit, because this is all, I might be able to get up through there, I'm not sure yet. So we have a coat hanger, a metal one, and some tape. So first up I need to get the head unit out so that I can see down the back where I'm going to go. So I'll just get that out now. Right, so that's out. I'm going to do this side first. So I'll just prop the torch down here, and if we look down through here, I don't know if you'll be able to see, if I pull that out, where is it? You just catch in that corner, there's a bit of light. So I'm going to put this down through there, down to that light, and I can tape an end of the wire to this, pull it back up through. Right, so that's taped to there. Make sure you get the right end, because that end is the end that the camera plugs into. I've just got to slowly pull this. Hopefully I'm going to need two hands for this, I think. I'll get that up through there a little, then I'm just going to gently pull on this, and hopefully it all stays together. Right, that's one end up and through. Now I've got to do the other side. Same process. I won't record it all. And that's this one up. Excuse the mess on the floor from down there. And then this will be tucked back all the way and then back underneath. Right, we'll get this bit unsorted and wired in. Right, so we've got blue to blue for the right hand side, red to red for the left, front and reverse already plugged in. Now I'm obviously running canbus on my car because it's VW wiring harness and all that lot. If you don't have a canbus box, you will need to wire these reds all to the pink, I can't even dig it out, there's a pink cable that is your reverse trigger wire, and they will all need spliced into that so that when the reverse triggers, all the cameras activate. I don't need that because I'm running canbus. Right, so the head unit's back in. I've got fed the wire up through. That's now coming across underneath all of here, up behind the steering wheel, across and out at this end. So then we're onto the mirror, which, like I said, I'm not removing my door. What's up under there? I might be able to use that somehow. I'm not removing my door card. I'm just going to loop it through the hinge. So just need to feed this up and sort out different lengths of wiring and stuff and where we're going to tuck it. Right, now comes the big moment. We're going to stick this camera onto the bottom of here, and I'm not sure. I might put it, sorry, I just dropped my camera. I'm going to put it over this, I think, which is the cutout for puddle lights. So if I was to drill a hole, I probably would drill straight through that. But like I say, at the moment, I don't know if these are going to be permanent, so I don't want to go cutting into this and ended up with a big hole in there. So let's get this stuck on. Right, so that's stuck on there. Yes, it does stick out quite a lot, but that's just the way it's going to be. Now I'm going to have to tape this, I think, into there, along, and then we go around into the car. Alright, so that's now coming out there. If we join these up, a bit worried that that's going to be because it's right on the fold of the door, and that's obviously solid, so I'm going to have to adjust, I think, pull some more wire through this way and get that up. Seems to be plenty of space up in here. I'm just going to leave it like that. It's all tucked up. Yeah, you can see a bit of wires here, but never mind. But that's all fine. That's how it looks on the mirror. Get on and do that side, and then we'll fire the unit up and have a look at the angles. Right, that's both mirrors done. So let's just spin you around. From here, driver's side, you can't even see that one. It's down there. From the driver's side, it's just there. Fire this up and see what happens. Right, so here, down to 360. 360. Right, so that's what we've currently got. Like I say, I need to align these sides. Well, I know my front and back are out of calibration anyway, but at present, left hand side, right hand side, rear, front, when I put it into reverse, oh, that's what we've got. Now there's something within the settings I can adjust this, so I can move it around when I'm reversing stuff, but I'm not sure where that setting is at the moment. But yeah, I need to get, obviously got these curves coming out here, down here, that all needs calibrating. I don't have a calibration sheet, but I do have one on its way from AliExpress, so it's going to be a little while before that gets here. So I'm going to try and calibrate these by hand, just by eye, and see how I get on. I'll get back to you on that shortly. So we go onto the calibration screen. Front camera 40 centimeters, rear camera is 54 centimeters, wings are 84 and 84. Then from here, obviously I've got my wheelbase all set. I think these at the moment don't matter because I haven't got a calibration cloth, so I'll have to come back and do this again. So there we go, we've got 4 cameras. Enter parameters, OK, start stitch. Right, so front camera, 8, 8. Now, I've messed around with this before and I did have it pretty accurate with the front without a calibration mat. But what my thinking is that number 3 and possibly 4, and then on this side 7 and 8 need to match up with where the side cameras are going to go. So I'm going to have a fiddle around with this and see what I can do. Right, I've had a go at calibrating this by eye and it's miles off. So I am going to need the calibration mat to lay out in front to mark it all up. But that's both sides, so yeah, it's well out, as you can see. So I will come back to you once I have my calibration mat. It'll be a week or so, but it will continue this video on. Right, I've been having a fiddle around with the calibrations just manually. I'm getting a bit closer with it, but I thought I'd just give you a quick demonstration of what it's like in the dark. Obviously it's dark now, so I've changed the colour of the car to white. It's a shame I can't change it from Audi. All I've got options wise is car, SUV, Mercedes-Benz van, or a Renault Master van. So we'll go back to car, and then you can change the colours over here to whatever colour you want, except they haven't got grey. I can go black. Anyway, just out of that. So this is a lot straighter this side, and you see the shadow there. This corner here isn't quite accurate yet because there's a bit of a curve there, and then if we come round to the front, you'll see it's just slightly off there and there, but it's a damn sight closer than it was earlier. And yeah, you see this curb line doesn't go down. It matches at the front with the side, but not the back camera. So that's what it looks like at night in the dark. Let's go back to 2, and then that's the rear camera, front, side, side. And another feature of this, having the 4 cameras installed, is I've got a USB memory stick plugged into one of the USB ports in the back. If I go down here to this, I've got 665 there videos. These are all 40 seconds long. So we've got my latest one. If we go back, these are all 40-second videos of dash cam footage. So let's go to this one. So this was before I got the side cameras installed. So they're saved on that memory stick. Front camera, reverse. Let's just go back out of that. Back out of that. And we'll go to one down here somewhere. Let's go to this one. So there we go. All 4 cameras. Obviously I'm not moving at this moment in time. Why is that just flicked out of that? No, it's saying unsupported file for some reason. There we go. So rear, front, left, right, all saved on the memory stick. I'm just going to add in a quick little bit in complete darkness, no street lights around. Those on the front are my DRLs that are on. So this is in complete darkness. Just pop an indicator on. See how much that lights it up. And the other side. If I go to the rear camera now, you can just about make out that white line behind us. Put on brake lights. with the lights on at the back.